Hi everyone, I'm Shehnaaz and welcome back to 360 Talks, the podcast where we have real conversations with people in incredible ways. My guest today built a community of 400,000 expats in Dubai from scratch. She went from losing her corporate job to becoming one of the most connected women in the UAE. She has won over 50 awards and helps people start their businesses in UAE. Please welcome Anul Mundra.
Thank you, Shehnaaz, for having me at your show.
It was a long awaited podcast, I would say. I just wanted to do this chat in brief for very, very long time.
Thank you
So
so much.
let's quickly jump onto the podcast.
Sure.
I want to ask you one thing. When the day you lost your job, what was the major thought process you were having? Because in this situation now in the region, many people are facing through the same thing which you have faced very years long back. So what was the one thought process which made you stand today?
See, that was COVID period. I lost a very, very well-paying job. And I was a great contributor at home. And that came definitely as a lash about, there was a bit of a phase. I wouldn't deny saying that there was a bit of depression phase that I went through, being so career oriented and ambitious.
Okay.
And for a few days, I was like, how can this happen to me? I'm somebody who can't take rejections properly. And that is something I did a little bit of introspection that day. And I said, okay, now couple of days have gone by and I am really, struggling. But can I continue like this? No. I need to, gather my courage back and see how do I deal with this situation.
Okay.
Luckily, I had something, which I used to consider hobby back then, which was earlier called Indian Expats in Dubai. I deep dive, sat down with one or two team members, put a team together. Then I started thinking about, can this become a business or does it have a potential? And today the world knows it as Expats Hub.
So most of the people start their community building from WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups, but many of it just ends with that. So how and when this vision you had that this can be taken as a professional thing, not only as a hobby?
See, exactly like you said, right? There were so many communities around, which I personally was also very actively involved in leadership and so on. But I understood that people there were two side issues, right? One is we ourselves think that community is just as an entertainment or just as an information center. And even the ones who were leading it at that point in time were not actually running it like a business, or I would say running it with a proper vision or a mission. So what I think something that set us apart was putting these two pieces together, bringing people together, yet running with a purpose. And I think somehow try to find a business angle onto all of this, which works in the betterment of the people and for us as well.
Okay. So what is the one main factor you always been receiving as a complimentary from your community people?
I think one thing that I would say I continuously keep getting, I don't know if it's a compliment or not, but I take it more like a blessing, is that they feel that, Expats Hub has given them some sort of a home, some sort of a, feeling which I could relate with, a feeling of belongingness. I think if we are able to achieve that while we are able to, provide some services, I think nothing like that. And probably that is something which is extremely, I feel very humbled when people come and say that.
Okay. So you have been known in the networking community that you are a person who have been keep on doing something, whatever happens. Whatever around you happens, we always can see that you are doing something. Any PR activity, you are coming up with some offers, you're doing something. So how this leverage you have got it, like community building to your events company, your marketing, you do PR, you do a lot of things. So how you handle as a woman, as a solo?
I think first and foremost, I would blame it to my parents. They probably gave birth to a very hyperactive child. And I'm sure if they're listening it there, they'll laugh on it because I've always been very hyper throughout my growing up days. The good thing is when the kids are hyper, the best things that parents try to do is to channelize their energies in the right way. And I think my parents play a very, very big role over there. And so is my supportive system today, which is my husband and my father-in-law and, everybody back. Now to answer you why is because again I want to continuously evolve myself,
Okay.
continuously evolve Expats Hub as a business. And I always keep on thinking that, what else can we do to make it
Okay.
better? But then not just randomly go out, there needs to be an ecosystem in place. So I'll very
Okay.
quickly explain. For example, today, we are, of course, at the base is the community, right? This 400,000 expats. But over that, upon we've built multiple businesses. There's a marketing business, events, PR, and recently
Yeah.
found new real estate.
Correct.
And all of us are actually, if you go in detail, deep dive, they all are related to one another.
Yeah.
So I think the ecosystem works very well. So we were trying to position ourselves as 360-degree solution.
Okay. So most of the people who build communities, again, I'm coming back to your community because it's very interesting to talk about. They build a community to sell any services or sell anything indirectly. But what was the one single honest thing you wanted to build a community when you started off?
First, I wanted to, give this word community some sort of weightage, which
Okay.
was missing in the, in the society that we deal in. That people don't understand what amount of work and effort goes into building a community.
True.
And then, of course, community should be a supportive system, but then the one who's running it has a lot of other expenses to take care of.
Yeah.
So, so building all of that, and I think what we early on did a lot. I'm talking about the first 1.5, 2 years of our journey with Expats Hub is we did lots of storytelling.
Okay.
Creative, creatively we used to go out and do lots of videos and explain people how this community can help you better and why this community is different than others.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So from this events and marketing PR, so how so far your expertise have been like increased? What was the sole idea behind that?
I'll go back to a little bit of corporate mind of mine where I used to feel that people used to think marketing is equal to sales.
Yeah.
And I know you're from the same industry as well, so you would completely agree.
True.
People keep looking out for ROI. People keep looking out for, if I've spent 10,000 dirhams, what am I going to get tomorrow? I think there's a lack of awareness in the market, if I can say, why you spend on marketing. And then what is the difference between marketing, branding, advertising? There's a reason that large firms have a different department as marketing and as sales.
Okay.
So, of course, we can do some sales-led marketing strategies. But are we the right people to talk about sales? Not really. So I think I found that great, big, I would say, gray area, which I wanted to work upon. And that was very interesting for me to continue educating the audience while selling services.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So last year you went on and did TEDx. So I would love to talk. So when it came up, many people who I have met personally and we were having a different chat, this discussion came up. How Anul ended up on TEDx? So just give me a glimpse how it happened.
I think, I take a lot of pride, of course, and I feel, again, humbled, grateful for getting that opportunity. But it's a door that was a knocking to me for the last 2 years.
Okay.
And I was somebody who didn't understood that, it is that big. And now we have this joke between me and the TEDx team where we say, remember, we were trying to do this 2 years back. I think one gentleman I met, and then he saw a lot of potential in me as a speaker and as an event organizing company.
Okay.
And these were two separate discussions happening with two different people and all of that. And somehow beautifully woven it together. I got this opportunity for the first time in November 2025 last year. And they really enjoyed working with us. And they said the next 2-3 TEDx events are with you. TEDx and Expats Hub will go a long way together.
Okay.
And I'm so happy about that, to share that in your podcast as well. But yeah, got an opportunity to not just host the event beautifully, but also be a TEDx speaker myself, which added a lot of value in my profile as well. And as you know, I love speaking. So what better than TEDx? So.
Okay. So TEDx, we spoke about this. So next question I would love to have, how many podcasts would have done so far?
Now, I'm a little shy in saying that in front of a podcaster itself, but because maybe I'm not that great podcaster like you.
That's
but
fine. I just want to know because you have been doing a lot. Then I just want to know what's the count.
Okay, so I have done 4 seasons, and 2 days back we shot our 101 episode.
Okay.
So that's what I've done in the podcast space.
That's really great to know. So this 60 awards, around 60 awards you have won. So in this one award, which you can say that you didn't deserve or you felt maybe I've got little yearly, so which one it would be?
I don't know if I would say I didn't deserve, but
Hmm.
it came to me like, wow, I can achieve this as well,
Okay.
was TEDx, of course.
Okay.
Because, being a TEDx speaker comes with so much value.
Hmm.
And this is something which had been in my wish list,
Okay.
but I didn't knew how to achieve that. It literally,
Okay.
that opportunity came
Hmm.
and I felt blessed. So, of all the other awards that I'm very, very grateful of,
Okay.
and but for with every award there is a story of how we got a project, and
Hmm.
or possibly how people liked our work and we got awarded and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But I think TEDx was different. It was some sort of aha moment.
Okay. So, as you do a lot of podcasts, one main thing why people come to you and want to have this podcast session, what they find it as a takeaway.
I think the beauty that any other podcaster, they definitely get a lot of coverage, and they get that opportunity to talk.
Hmm.
But with us, we have that magic tool called community. So
Yeah.
they feel that their voice can reach to a
Hmm.
wider audience.
Okay. Hmm.
Same time. So I think that maybe is a reason. But now
Okay.
that you've said, I'm going to think more about why. But
Okay.
but I do feel that maybe because of community.
Okay. Okay. So let's dig more little bit on your events. So what would be the largest event size you have so far done?
25,000 people. That was in
Okay. Uh-huh.
Expo, and then couple of those in World Trade Center, 10,000 people, 5,000 people. Those have
Okay.
been like the best of projects where the
Okay.
entire marketing, PR, events entirely was done by us.
Okay.
And you also understand, you're from the same industry. Those are
Yeah.
tough to reach.
Correct.
So yeah, those have been the biggest in terms of numbers or size of project.
Okay.
But yeah, I've done I think more than 600 plus events in the last 6 years. All types of corporate, retail, personal. So there's a
Okay.
lot going on.
Okay, that's really sounds cool, and we've already done very big things. So now, what is the next 5 years goal where we can see Anul?
I had a goal plan, but then
Okay.
this current situation happened.
Okay.
So I don't know if my that 5 year plan has become a 7 year or 8 year plan.
Okay.
But what I want to achieve at the end of the day is fine tune the business a little bit more. Because while we said that it's great to have a lot of verticals, but it's humanly impossible to kind of manage it all with ace level
Yeah.
in all one go. So trying to fine tune the business a little bit in a way that some of the verticals, what are the things that we'd like to outsource, and some of the things that we like to retain,
Okay.
and possibly cater only specific niche kind of clients, and stuff like that. So there's a lot, it's
Yeah.
a pool of stuff that needs to happen. So a lot of improvisations needed.
That's cool to know. We'll look forward for it.
Great.
So, and also if we see most of the community builders, they usually try to stick in that specific community which they have been building. They don't usually prefer to go out of it and join another networking community when they have already built their own, and also with the 400,000. So you are in BNI. So how that journey started?
Yeah. I mean, not just BNI. I'm a proud member of BNI,
Okay.
but I'm into many other organizations such as Capital Clubs, CEO Clubs, eBoutique. There's We Global. There's so many more. I think I enjoy. First and foremost reason is I enjoy. I'm a people's person, and I enjoy being in these places. I also feel a lot because I'm not a learned business owner. So a lot of my learning has come to be around these business owners and to have lots of practical experiences around.
Okay.
Other thing that I would say is that I think people kind of feel that I have built something and this is how I know it and this is all.
Okay.
But you won't believe the amount of knowledge that I get from the other communities, and then I'm able to apply that into my community and improvise a certain process as well. So, yeah. Love networking, and I would suggest that to everybody else out there also. Like, if you're a business owner, do as much network as you can and try and be part of as many communities as you can, because every community has a purpose and they try to, give you something that otherwise you can't get. So.
True. And also for the audience who are specifically women who are in a very beginning stage of their career, they want to start something and they have a family, they are not sure whether they will be handle something like this. So what is the one thing you want to tell to your younger self?
See, if I'll be honest, I am little biased towards women, and I say that outright.
Okay.
I love supporting women.
Hmm.
So we have done initiatives in the past where we ran a campaign of supporting 1,000 business women owners
Okay.
by empowering them in from starting from scratch, how they open up their license to all the way up till hand holding a little bit on how
Okay.
you should market your products and stuff. So and for some reason, whenever there is a woman knocking on our doors and she's like, okay, how do I start the business, or maybe I've started the business but this is where I'm struggling, I personally love to get engaged and involved. But yeah, there's a thought in my mind to do something more meaningful for them.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, hopefully something more will come out.
That's great. So I guess you do a lot of things. Your hands are full, but still we can see you have many more plans to execute. So how good you are in delegating and handling your team?
See, I think what I'm trying to do is not possible without a great team support, right?
True.
I mean, because even as a business owner, if you have a vision, I think the best thing is you need to hire the right people who are more smart than you. Possibly, that's the only way you can grow. And in our growth of Expats Hub, that is what I've realized. So I have been hiring people, and with the current situation is different, but I have been hiring people and expanding my team and stuff like that. So I feel that right team put together can only bring results. It's not one. It's easy for me to take away the credit, but it's very wrong of me if I do that, because it's the entire team and their brains behind. And sometimes it's wonderful because I'm giving it an idea, and the amount of discussions we have when we sit together, and suddenly something very beautiful comes out because there are 4 minds working on it. So yeah, I mean, I believe in the power of teamwork.
Okay. So my final and best question out of all my questions which I have asked, which is like how you balance your family along with all of these things.
I'll be honest, Shehnaaz, there is nothing called as perfect, or at least I have not been able to understand in the last 6 years of business. I struggle every single day, right? There are days when I think I'm a good mother, and there are days I think I can only be a good working person, right?
Okay.
It's so much of a torn feeling, and I'm sure a lot of working women go through that. And I want to talk openly about it. So if at all there is a perfect life balance, work-life balance, I'm yet to understand about it. Every day I take upon like a project, and I try to, like today also while coming for the podcast, I was coordinating with my helper for my child and stuff like that. While I finish this and I move to the next meeting, I would be ordering some vegetables on the go as well. So it's a messy life, but then I think this is the life I've built and I'm happy with it.
Okay, that was the most honest answer. Yeah, I have asked this question and people would have answered. But that's true. That's true. It always happens. So good luck and best wishes. Thank you for accepting to come here. It was a lovely chat I had. Although it's a short chat, but I will be soon inviting you for next sessions. I've left to explore how you do things so such beautifully.
Thank you so much, Shehnaaz. It means a lot for inviting me, and I had a great time chatting with you.